Hi, I'm Heather from Heather Handmade, and today I'm going to teach you how to make a fabric ball. Please like this video and follow my channel for lots of sewing projects. I have a free pattern for this ball on my blog. You can find the link in the description. These balls have 6 different pieces, so you can do an alternating color like this, or you can do all one fabric like this. Fabric balls are great because they are soft and they are pretty easy to sew. They don't only use a little bit of fabric. This one uses a fat quarter and this is much less than a fat quarter. They are great for toddlers or little kids who want to throw things, but you don't want something hard because it won't hit another child hard, or it won't, hit the wall and make a dent or something. You can also make them for puppies if they like to chew and kind of play. My dog really likes the soft, squishy feeling. He loves to chew on stuffed animals. So this is a much better option for him than all of my kids' stuffed animals. So let's get started. For this project, you are going to need some basic cotton, like quilting cotton. There's lots of fun prints and colors that you can use. You will also need the free pattern, which you can find in the description. There's a link to my blog that has the free pattern, and we are going to cut out a small fabric ball and a large fabric ball. So I'm going to cut out 6 pieces of this large fabric ball. Now you're going to need to transfer these 2 dots from the pattern to the pattern piece. So I have my 6 pieces out right here. I'm going to be alternating the apple print fabric with the green fabric, and that way as I'm sewing you can see how I'm alternating in between, and you'll see the difference. So you're going to want to mark the dot on the wrong side of the fabric. So if you have printed fabric, it will be on the non-printed side. If you have solid fabric, just choose a side to be the wrong side and then stick with it for the rest of while you're sewing. So now we're going to work with 3 pieces at a time. So first you're going to take this and you are going to pin it right sides together along one side. And then I'm going to also pin this one to the other side with right sides together. So when I go and I sew this seam, I'm going to be using a straight stitch, and I'm going to back stitch when I start and stop, but I'm going to start at this dot and I'm going to end at this dot. As you're sewing, make sure that your other piece is not in the way, the other one you've pinned. So each side of the ball is done. You can see these seams have been sewn, and if you look at where we had our dots, if I show you on the green side, you can see here is the dot. So that's where I started and stopped, and there's this extra space, and you need that because when you do the next seam, this is where you start and stop. Then the next one will come right next to it, so that that will be, so that the seam will go right up to that point to be able to fully enclose this, the top or the bottom of the ball. So once you have both sides sewn, you are going to pin them right sides together like this. You're going to leave a hole as you sew, leave a hole for turning it right side out and for stuffing it. And you're going to do the same thing where you pin at the top and then you start and stop at the point here and here on both seams. Once all your seams are sewn, you can turn the ball right side out through the hole. And you should have a nice place at the top where all the points kind of meet, like that. Sometimes there is a tiny little gap where you sew right there, which you can leave if you want, or you can add just a little tack across the tip of the seam through some of the seam allowance, and that will that will close that hole if that is how you want it to be. Now we get to stuff the ball, and you can fill it really full and it will be kind of firm to have a firm ball, or you can fill it just part way so it's a lot softer. It depends on the kind of ball that you want to make. Now the very last thing is to hand sew this hole closed. I like to sew a ladder stitch where I come up, come across, come up, come across. So it looks, the threads you can see are just threads going across. It looks like a ladder. And then when you pull it tight, so if I'm going to pull this tight, it brings that seam together right there. And your fabric ball is finished, and now your kids or your dog can play with it and have lots of fun. It's not too hard that it will hurt someone because it's all stuffing, but it's still a great ball to have fun and to play with, and you can use fun fabrics to make a really cute fabric ball. And that's how you make a fabric ball. Thank you so much for watching my video. I can't wait to see the fabric balls that you make. Please share them with me on social media, and I hope you have a wonderful day.